Hey, welcome back to Hate Watching Another Miss O. We're on episode 3. After watching the first 2 episodes, so far my biggest complaint with the drama is the male lead in general. He's just kind of been there, walking around, just seeing visions. Even when he's having his visions, he's just like drinking water. There's no emotion at all. The drama Tell Me That You Love Me. A big issue I had with this drama was the male lead. It kind of reminds me of how I feel about the male lead in this drama. He's just kind of there, walking around, and he isn't really acting much. He's just chilling. In the last episode, Oh Hae-young, she was kicked out of the house for acting weird. They're just very embarrassed by her behavior. I don't agree with the parents. She's obviously not handling the breakup well mentally. This is a time where she really needs her parents' support, and they're just kind of abandoning her. But I also can see that she is not making good decisions too. The female lead, she thought if everyone knew the truth, that he's the one that broke up with her right before the wedding, then it would be embarrassing for her. But it wouldn't be embarrassing for her if she got up in front of all her old classmates and told them that the reason she broke up with her fiancé was because she said she loves men too much to just be satisfied with one. I would say that's a lot more embarrassing than the truth. But, you know, putting myself in her shoes, she's grown up in the shadow of Ipun Oh Hae-young, so she doesn't feel good enough. And the reasoning her fiancé gave her for leaving her was that he just doesn't love her anymore and he doesn't like the way that she eats. So she's probably feeling like, oh no, I'm not good enough again. Even though it has nothing to do with Ipun Oh Hae-young this time, it's still bringing up those feelings. And if she tells her classmates at the reunion, her classmates might interpret it as, oh yeah, you're not good enough. Of course he doesn't love you. So I think that's why she'd rather tell everybody that she's the one that abandoned him and said that he wasn't good enough for her. Even if this whole situation is making her look crazy, it's better for her to look crazy in her mind than for her to look like she's not special and that she's unwanted again. So the female lead clearly has issues from her childhood that she has not gotten over and is causing her problems in her life now. But that's okay, because that just gives room for character growth. It's okay if a character starts off negatively. That's completely fine. I hate it how people want to see these perfect, especially female leads. They always put this on the female lead. They want them to be a perfect angel from the beginning. That's just boring. We need to see character growth. So maybe we'll get to see some character growth with her, but judging by the reviews of the drama, I can only predict that it will just get worse. Oh no. Okay. Anyway, the last thing that happened was she was kicked out of her house and she moved in next to the male lead, and she had no idea. She found a secret door that connects to his apartment and she walked through it. And he, of course, has just gotten out of the shower because, you know, it's a K-drama. It's gotta be this way. Do you live alone?
근데 어떻게 이렇게 만나냐?
원래 창고였는데. 계약 물으세요. 모르는 사이가 아니라 불편해요.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna play this clip all the way through without any edits on my part. Pay attention to how many times the camera shot changes.
되게 단도직입적이시다. 우리 이렇게 말 세게 하는 사이 아니었던 것 같은데.
The camera changed 6 times in that short clip. This type of fast-paced camera work is usually seen in like action scenes where there's a lot of intensity, a lot of motion, a lot of energy, or maybe in highly emotional scenes, maybe 2 people are having a really intense argument. But in this scene, it's obviously very chill, very calm, but the camera work is super energetic. The discrepancy between the mood of the scene and the camera work was so jarring that it really stood out to me.
그 집이 원래 저 총각이 어려서부터 살던 집인데 저 총각 엄마가 영화 만든다고 전에만 돈을 무지 끌어다 쓰고선 쫄딱 망했거든. 저 총각도 어려서부터 살던 집이니까.
다신 볼 일 없을 줄 알고 한 말이에요. 나 결혼 전날 차인 거. 소문 나면 뒤도 안 돌아보고 당신인 줄 알 거야. 어디 가서 떠들고 다니다가 등에 칼 꽂히거든. 뒤도 돌아보지 말고 내가 꽂은 줄 알아요.
Oh, this guy, by the way, I found out that he is the male lead's brother. Their dynamic makes a lot more sense now. Remember when he was freaking out, like he was reliving trauma? He was probably beat up by his older brother as a kid. That's probably why he's freaking out like that. So yeah, he probably does get beat up a lot by him. Or maybe he used to. And I'm guessing this is their sister.
왜 이렇게 늦게 다녀요? 기다리다 죽는 줄 알았네.
네, 박도영 대표님 핸드폰입니다.
누구래?
오해요?
형이랑 결혼할 뻔한 년, 결혼식 날 잠수 탄 년.
여보세요?
여보세요. 오랜만이네요. 저 훈이에요.
누구요?
우리 형한테 전화하지 마요. 근데 나랑 우리 누나는 너 씹어 먹을 거야, 이 X나! 너 한 번만 더 우리 형한테 전화하면 내 손에 돼질 줄 알아. 저작권에서 목만 날리고 싶지 않으면은 조용히 숨지고 살라고 이 거짓 바스잖아.
누구냐고?
내가 형 전화로 쌍욕 할 년이 한 년밖에 더 있어? 오해 형.
뭐 전국적으로 소문 돌았니? 오해영 완전 호구라고 소문 돌았어? 뭔데 나한테 이따위로 함부로하는 건데?
Oh no, he's gonna get beat up.
넌 오늘 죽어야 된다고 본다.
내가 왜 죽어? 걔 죽여. 그 년을 죽여.
그런 애 있잖아. 뭐랄까 자기 색깔이 없달까?
She says 자기 색깔이 없달까? And the subtitles translate it to she doesn't have individuality. So I was like, wait, I know what 색깔 means. 색깔 means color. So how does that translate to no individuality? 자기 means self or oneself, and 색깔 is color. It could be a subject marker or an object marker, but right now it's an object marker because the subject would be implied by the context. The subject is Oh Hae-young. Oh Hae-young doesn't have her own color. 없어 means to have none. Like 시간이 없어. There's no time. I had to look up what this ending means right here. This 달까. And apparently it's an abbreviation of 다거나 할까. It gives the meaning like you're weighing something in your mind. How should I say this? So this translates to, she's like thinking about it, like, should I say she doesn't have her own color? 자기 색깔 literally translates to personal color. So she doesn't have her own personal color. So it's a figure of speech that means one's own individuality, unique characteristics, charm, or distinct identity. Also, I would just want to point out, she's saying this about a girl in high school in South Korea, where if anybody knows about the educational system in South Korea, these kids are basically studying nearly 24/7. They haven't had time to develop an identity. And even in America, I didn't really completely develop my identity until I was in my 20s. So for her to say, oh yeah, she's not a unique individual, well, no shit, she's in high school where all they do is study all day long. So I don't think it's a very fair judgment. But anyway.
좀 띠란 것 같기도 하고. 그 외에 인생이 좀 억울할 것 같은 그런 애 있잖아.
She was a bad luck,
딱
Brian.
그랬어.
미안해요. 동생이 실수했어요.
동생한테 내가 자꾸 엉겨붙는다 그랬어요?
그런 거 아니에요.
근데 왜 자꾸 내가 그쪽한테 들러붙는 것 같은 분위기를 만드냐고.
내가 문제가 좀 있어서 그래요. 내 문제예요. 진짜예요.
It's his problem. It's not her problem. No, it is her problem because he was the one that ruined her life.
저기요. 잠깐만요.
훔친 거 아니에요. 우리 딸 집이에요. 잘 사나 해서. 저
They're really good at abandoning people. Look, he abandoned her there to deal with the guy. At least they're consistent.
왜 이렇게 늦게 기다리다 죽는?
이봐요.
학교 때 반장 선거하는데 어떤 멍청한 놈이 날 추천했어요. 갖고 논 거지. 난 낯 찍었어요. 한 표도 안 나올까 봐 걱정돼서. 어떻게 날 추천해놓고 떠낼 찍냐. 걔가 되길 원한 건 아니었어요. 난 내가 여전히 애틋하고. 어려서부터 살던 집 힘들게 다시 들어왔다는 말 들었어요. 내가 나갈게요. 왜 자꾸 이리저리 치이는 거 같지?
그냥 여기 살아요. 내가 나가요.
그쪽이 나가면 버려진 기분일 것 같아요.
세상이 나한테 사망 선고 내린 기분, 우주에서 방출된 기분, 쫓겨난 우주에서 아연 떨면서 빌부터 살아야 되는 기분. 그게 어떻게 아무것도 아니야. 난 결혼식 당일날 차였어. 한 대 맞고 쓰러진 거야. 좀 쉬었다가 일어나면 돼.
별일 아니라는 말보다 괜찮을 거란 말보다 나랑 똑같은 상처를 가진 사람이 있다는 게 100배, 1000배 위로가 된다. 한 대 맞고 잠시 쓰러져 있던 것뿐. 일어나자, 혜영아. 정말 마음에 드는 사람 만나면 발로 채일 때까지 사랑하자.
I feel like there's some minimization happening here. I'm somebody who got knocked down after one blow. In this context, it's not really just one blow. It's more like a stab in the back. So you were taken out for a while because you had to recover from a freaking stab wound that almost killed you. So it's a lot more serious than just getting punched in the face. And she has a right to mourn that because it is like you're mourning a death. She lost somebody she loved. So the mourning process is similar to grieving a death. But this may even be worse because there's also betrayal that she has to deal with and the person willingly abandoning her. So it's a little bit more serious than what they're making it out to be. But I mean, at least she's starting to move on.
18,000원이야.
네.
혼자 사시는 거야? 네? 아, 나 저 잔돈 두고 왔네. 금방 갖고 올게요.
Why is he acting like Hongdae guy? Do you live alone? Oh no, are they at Hongdae? What the heck? He was like on a spring.
짜장면 왔어? 말을 해야지.
혼자 사는 거 아니었어요?
에? 왜요?
연기 대상 줘야겠어요.
혼자 산다고 광고해요? 저놈 잔돈이 있었어. 그냥 여기 살아요. 나도 여기 살 거예요.
Okay, so that was the coolest thing that the male lead has done so far. Actually, I think that was the only cool thing that he's done so far. But his facial expression, he doesn't make eye contact. He's always looking off somewhere else. And the camera work is not doing him any favors either. The camera's like behind him. His back is to us. He's like a little gremlin peeking out from behind the bookshelf. They're kind of filming him as if he's like an elusive creature. He just seems very distant. It's keeping us from connecting with him, I think, the way that it's shot. But that scene was the best so far with him.
C'est écrit dans les lignes de ma main. C'est écrit dans les lignes de ma main.
저거 왜 얘기해요? 우물락골락고 뿡뿡.
억지로 밀어내지 말고 그냥 자연스럽게 따라가 봐요. 따라가 보다 보면 이유가 나올 거예요. 그때까지 그냥 자연스럽게 흘러가 봐요.
Oh my gosh, is he developing a personality?
똥마렵대.
이 펍은 그 애가 나타났어요.
오, 야, 저기 오해영 있다, 오해영. 이 수많은 사람 중에 혜영이가 없을 리가 없지. 오해영, 파이팅!
So Oh Hae-young, 이쁜 Oh Hae-young shows up running in a marathon. That's new. I left you at the altar because I wanted to pursue my dream of being a marathon runner. I'm glad to see the male lead starting to show some personality. It's starting to crack a little bit, so hopefully he'll come out of his shell and become interesting. This episode, I saw a bit of an improvement, and it's giving me a little bit of hope. The characters all seem to be coming together and showing chemistry between each other. The male lead has become a little bit more personable. I'm gonna go more in depth about how I'm feeling after the next episode. As you know, I'm watching 2 episodes at a time, so I'm also editing 2 episodes at a time. So meet me back here to watch and review the next episode of Another Miss O. See ya!